just on the AMA with SquidGrow. Big project. They've been doing huge things for the last couple of months. Everyone knows them. We're really glad to have them here. We have Shitoshi is going to be sharing the project with us. Shitoshi, if you don't mind, there's no formal, what's it called now, structure per se. We just like you to do a bit of an introduction, and then I can start off with some questions that I have. Your introduction should also, include who you are, some of the
Okay.
past experiences you've had with the crypto and how you came into crypto. All of those tiny details will be fine as well.
All right, sure thing. So, how's it going, everybody? I'm Shibtoshi. I'm the owner of SquidGrow. I got into cryptocurrency in 2011 with Bitcoin. I've been in the crypto space ever since then, buying things like Bitcoin Cash, Zcoin, Zcash, Ethereum, Shiba Inu, obviously, on day one. Um, I love everything about crypto, and it's made me who I am today. It has truly set me free financially. And we came out with SquidGrow back in June, mid June. My CFO and I, RDub, and also Dane's on here. He's my lead marketing from Blockchain Brothers. But yeah, so sorry, I got a little sidetracked. Um, yeah, so I've been in crypto space since 2011. Got into Bitcoin. It was actually to do a poker tournament online. I first heard about Bitcoin back in 2010, back when you could buy, I believe it was 11,000 Bitcoins for just under $10,000. But because the affiliation that Bitcoin had with the dark web or the dark net, I kind of wrote it off as like an illegal type of thing and didn't really pay it much mind. About a year later, I had some good buddies of mine that I played poker with start talking to me about Bitcoin and explaining it to me a little more in detail and how you can actually, pay money for a Bitcoin and actually convert it back to fiat. And for that whole year when I first heard about it, I thought once you bought Bitcoin, it was kind of stuck in this cryptocurrency. So I started doing more research into the whole Bitcoin thing, the Reddit, the white paper, and I loved every aspect of what it was about. So my first Bitcoin purchase was about $30,000. I took it to an online poker table, Texas Hold'em. Unfortunately for me, I didn't leave that poker game with any Bitcoin. I lost everything. But that's just kind of how it goes. But definitely started me down the path of the whole crypto, and essentially moving forward, any cryptocurrency that was coming out that I thought you know was going to go somewhere, I bought into. Um, I first heard about Shiba Inu, obviously the day of launch. I had a good friend of mine uh, kind of pestering me about SHIB, and I was kind of hesitant at first to purchase it, but I ultimately decided to buy into it. Um, I found out seven of our friends had bought in, and I thought it would be hilarious to start buying more than all of them together. I soon acquired the top wallet, and it was just kind of one of those things that obviously I didn't have any insider details on it. I really loved the community of SHIB. I loved the little army that they had going on and still do. And I made it a long term hold for me. I have not sold any Shiba Inu. I still hold through multiple wallets today. Um, but I have done pretty well in the crypto space in general, and that's what's financing SquidGrow. So back in June, I met my CFO, RDub, in a whale room, and it was just called a whale room. It wasn't really an official like projects whale room. It was just a group that a buddy had made, threw some whales in there, and it was around this time that I met RDub. We got to chatting and talking about the sediment in the crypto space and the issues that we're facing in the crypto with all these scams popping up. And I'd previously thought about dropping a cryptocurrency project in the past. It was actually November of 21. I was actually going to roll out SquidGrow, but I was in the process of trying to learn the ins and outs of Solidity. and I was struggling to deploy the contract. And after I kind of figured out how to get it deployed, Squid Games, the scam token, popped up, and I decided to shelf the idea. Fast forwarding a little bit, my friend the Huntsman was kind of staying on me about dropping my project of my own, and it was around this time that I met RW, and we quickly discovered that we both share the same views and morals as one another, and we decided to partner up and drop SquidGrow. Originally, we had thought about developing all our utilities first, and then dropping the project after everything was live. But ultimately, as you know, we decided to do a stealth launch and do our development. Now we have had a utility in development since early June. It actually started development before the project was even launched. And as some of you may know, that project or that utility was just recently announced in the magazine. So pretty stoked about that. But yeah, so that's kind of the backstory. We got a great community going on. Our all-time high was about 53 million for a little over 2,000 X's, and in this market, that's pretty incredible. We're holding pretty steady at above 10 million right now, and we just got a great community of holders. I mean, it's just everything that I envisioned and was going after. We are achieving it.
Nice. I mean, that was a really, really detailed intro. Everything I liked, especially how you came into crypto, and then when you first heard about the Bitcoin, um, knew what it was. You went in to do research before obviously investing, and with creating your own project. I mean, you wanted to let a bit of solidity. I mean, it goes to show how really interested you get when you want to do something, and also how important it is for you to learn thoroughly what it is about before you delve into it. I just wanted to also ask, so now you came into creating your own project. The name SquidGrow, some people might think, oh, it was just an instantaneous thought. You came up with that, obviously, based off of the hype Squid was getting at the time. Some people might say it wasn't something you thought about for too long. I mean, it just went with the flow, and then that came about. Is that what it is? Did you come about Squid Group based off of the hype that Squid was getting at the time? We had Squid Game 2.0, we had some other Squid what's it called, tokens that were coming out at the time when you guys also launched. Was it that, or I mean, the name was um just that coincidentally, and really had nothing
So
to do with Squid?
as I said earlier, I've actually put out an email in my Telegram group, kind of in the beginning of when the contract code was actually created. So as I said, the contract was created in November of 21. So that was before Squid Game 2.0, all this other Squid stuff. Back in November of 21, how I came up with the name was obviously the Netflix TV series was pretty popular. And what do you need with a meme token? You need something that's memeable and something that has hype behind it. In addition to that, and it's not really a secret, I've addressed it before, at the same time, Evergrow token was blasting onto the market. I mean, it was just doing substantial things. So, how I came up with the name is I took at the time two positives, which was Squid Games, the TV series, and also Evergrow, which was doing it outstanding. And I was one of the top whales in that project at that time. I just took kind of the best of both worlds and put it together. Um, but at the same time, before I actually deployed the contract, there was a Squid Game token that came on to the scene, and I didn't want to be a copycat. So ultimately, I decided to shelf the idea of dropping it. And we all know how that kind of played out with that scam token. But we shelved it or I shelved it for almost a year. And when it came down to dropping the project, I was talking to my CFO, Ardub, about these different contracts that I've already paid to have coded, but I have not published. And we decided to go with SquidGrow. and that's what we did. We
Nice.
decided to do a stealth launch of SquidGrow.
Nice. Congratulations. It was obviously a very, successful self launch. I mean, hitting an all-time high of about 53 million, like you earlier mentioned, in this market, goes to show how much people, believe in what you create and trust you. And you guys have been hitting it hard for the last 2 3 months or so. Obviously, it's something that has a future. It's something that is going somewhere. I mean, there are also utilities that you have planned out as well. Let's touch a
Yep.
bit about the utilities. Like I said, I don't want to do all the too many. Just this is the first AMA I'm gonna be having, and I don't want to actually spend so much time talking about the utilities because obviously I feel like a lot of people have we've spoken about this a lot, and obviously most people in your community as well are, involved. And so we'll be doing so much of what you guys have going on for the future. But I wanted to ask about what is currently available. There is staking. I don't know if that is currently available, and is there any details you can give us about staking? Then we can move on from there.
Yeah. Obviously, we currently are offering native coin staking for 20% APY, and also LP staking that's accessible through our website. There is no locking period. You can stake and unstake at your free will. Although, if you do provide liquidity through Pancake Swap, there is a tax doing that through Pancake Swap. Pancake Swap recognizes the swap from token to liquidity, the pair, as a sell, so you are taxed on that. Um, but after you get the liquidity tokens, or you decide to stake the native tokens, there is no penalty. All you pay is a gas fee in and out, and you can harvest your tokens at free will.
Great. You want to talk about the lottery as the utility? I see it's the newest utility that you guys are, offering. You want to talk a bit about
Uh,
that? What it's
We
about?
we actually no longer currently offer the lottery. The lottery was a utility that we offered, I believe, week 2. Unfortunately, it was the only utility and code that I had outsourced to try to save time, and it was compromised. So unfortunately, we had 12 people that utilized that lottery contract that were compromised. They lost a small bit of tokens. After we had discovered what happened, we shut the lottery contract down. I got everybody that was affected in a room and compensated everybody after they revoked access to that lottery contract. We do have another lottery contract that has already been audited, but I do kind of have PTSD from the previous lottery, so we have not yet made that available to the public.
Great. At this point, everyone, please, members of Groza's Lounge, if you haven't already, please join the SquidGrow group. If you like what you hear, there's so many things that they have got planned out. We're going to be delving into that, but I just wanted to, inform you guys. Please join their group, stick around, and that's where you get all the questions that you need to, ask answered, and yeah, just to get that in. Let's go ahead. Token distribution. I'm just looking at the white paper, so it's very easy for me to pick up one or two things. That was where I got to sort of see the lottery as well. But yeah, screaming at me very loud is the token distribution. Um, it looks really normal, something that we are used to. But I can't help but notice the 15% of tokens going into partnerships. Just talk a bit about that, and also maybe some other uh, um, tokenomics that I can see here as well. And if it has changed, because I see from the white paper, 8% buy, 8% sell. I don't know what it is right now, and if that has changed.
Okay, are you looking at the current white paper on the website?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that okay? Let me just hop on here real quick so I can follow along with you. White paper.
Uh, oh, sorry, I couldn't set up my computer quick enough to get it done on my. I'm just using my phone to do this and looking at the website through my computer, so I can share my screen. But if you can do look through, it would be really really nice.
Okay, so obviously, looking at the token distribution from the beginning, which we have currently updated our website to reflect just our top holding wallets. But originally, obviously, our staking contracts are pre-fed with tokens. It's not dependent on volume, so I pre-feed the staking contracts with tokens to pay out the rewards on a 30-day period. And we do it 30 days to 30 days so we can adjust the APYs accordingly. And obviously, if more people start staking and our current APYs get diluted, we can adjust accordingly. Um, the partnerships, the 15% in partnerships, what we actually ended up doing with that was we rolled that into airdrops. Anybody that was in the community in the very beginning days, probably the first 2 weeks, we did substantial airdrops to the community. Um, and also incentives for buying on the chart. So, for example, if somebody dropped $1,000 buy into the chart and they sent the BSC transaction hash, I airdrop them anywhere from, I believe, 10 to 25% of their initial buy in token bonuses. That was one incentive that we gave the community in the
Wow.
early days for buying on the chart. So we ran through quite a substantial amount doing that. Obviously, we did have some people take advantage of that generosity in the early days, but that's kind of how it goes. Um, and since what we have done, if you're looking at the 9% for exchanges, what we have done is we have combined um, the marketing tokens and the exchanges all in the exchange tokens all in one, and we call it our treasury. And those tokens, uh, and also the staking tokens as well. Excuse me, but the staking, the marketing, and the exchange tokens and development are all combined into one. And from the treasury wallet, that's what pays out for our staking contracts. That's where our liquidity for the exchanges come from. Everything's held in just one wallet, which is listed on our website. Um, I believe it's wallet two on the BSC scan. Got about 9 or 10% of the total supply in it currently. But that's kind of where that's our bank to say. So when we're doing the staking contracts 30 days to 30 days, that's where the tokens come from. When we're providing liquidity to exchanges, that's where the tokens come from. We really don't give tokens out to influencers or for partnerships. We do BUSD or USDT. The tokens, very early on, we decided not to give out tokens for partnerships um, to try to mitigate potential dumping in the future. So we no longer give tokens out for partnerships. It's all, if we do a partnership, we pay stablecoin.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to, clarify on the 19% for staking. Where does the tokens come from? Do you guys
The
buy the tokens back to,
Yeah,
basically
so
grow it?
obviously, we have a treasury wallet, as I stated earlier, and I do periodic buybacks on the chart, and I do those buybacks either from the deployer wallet or the treasury wallet, and those tokens get combined together in the treasury, and that is where the staking tokens come from. They're provided to the staking contracts from the project.
Oh, nice.
So it
Got
makes
it.
it to where the APYs are not predetermined by the volume. Our APYs are what we say they are. It's not determined based on volume. If you stake in our staking contracts, you get the APY that we decide on. That's notated on the staking pools.
I think it's one good way to do it, so that it doesn't leave any, negatives on the chat. That's one smart way to do it. Uh, that's really, really nice. I must commend you guys. It was a really, really thought out process. So I just wanted to ask, it's been going on since July, hit an all-time high of 53 million, and currently sitting at around, I don't know from the Bible I see in the chat, about 16 million.
Hmm.
Some people might be wondering, why would I want to buy now? I mean, what is coming? What can I look forward to? Why should I buy more? Why should I fill up? For people who are not already invested, why should I come in? Do you want to share anything that you guys are doing? What plans you have for the
Yeah,
near future? Because
I'll touch base on that. But first, I want to say that anybody that you know is potentially looking at investing into the project, go into the community, check us out there. The core team's extremely accessible, but also listen to our previous AMAs and what we talk about there. Essentially, when it comes to investments, what I personally look for when I'm investing is I look at the team, right? Do I think they're capable of delivering? Do I think they're capable of proper marketing to push the price up and attract new investors? Obviously, a lot of people, including myself, buy hype, and after the hype kind of fades away, you fall back onto the team and their development and what they've got going on. So I think what we can touch base on, and I do also want to highlight that Dane and my CFO are also here in the chat. So what we've announced that we're coming out with already is the Ethereum bridge. The Ethereum bridge has been done for some time with the merge to Ethereum 2 proof of stake. I'm kind of I'm kind of waiting for the dust to settle on that. And also with this recent Binance breach on their bridge that happened yesterday, I kind of want all that to kind of blow over. I mean, for Christ's sakes, I mean, if Binance's bridge is
really
getting,
crazy, I must say.
yeah, I mean, if their bridge is getting compromised, that makes me very nervous. Um, but with that being said, our emphasis has always been on security, especially after the lottery contract that we had a breach on. But in addition to that, those of you that don't know, we are coming out with our NFT marketplace and an NFT collection. We have a small collection coming out first that will be debuting our NFT marketplace. It's going to be a small collection of 1,000, and that's going to be leading up to Mike S. Miller from DC Comics and Marvel comic books NFT artwork. So we've hired and partnered with Mike S. Miller from the comic book. He's done Injustice, he's done Game of Thrones, he's done Harley Quinn. I mean, he's just all over the place in these comics, and he's currently working on our NFT collection. So that's pretty cool. Those of you that don't know, this is the second month running that we are in Crypto Magazine as well. We were in last month's issue of Crypto Magazine. We had a small position on the cover and the entire back page, and also have I believe, a 2 or 3 page article in that magazine. And then in October's issue, we are again on the cover, not our logo, just to mention. Our logo is on the spine of the magazine. We have the whole back cover again, and we have a um, double page in the very front of the magazine, and then directly on page 12, right after the author's notes, we have a article about us as well. And within that magazine, they drop some exclusive news of a utility that we are coming out with.
Now you really make me, inquisitive. I want to find out what that secret utility is. But yeah. I just had to ask that question because it's very easy for people who are already into it to say, we've gotten to that point where it almost feels like nothing again is going to happen. There's no hype.
Well, let me
There's
ask
no,
you this for everybody
go ahead.
listening: if you had the opportunity to buy Shiba Inu at $16 million market cap, would you pull the trigger on it?
I'm sure the
Why
answer
why
is pretty
why
obvious.
why can't SquidGrow achieve what Shiba Inu has? There's not a reason that we cannot. All of our taxes that is gained from the purchase on PancakeSwap goes to liquidity. The project makes nothing on the buy and sell tax. I am completely funding everything out of pocket. All development, all utilities, all marketing, I pay for myself. So, to all the future investors and everybody that is already invested, you are talking about a project where the developer and the owner of that project is fully funding everything out of personal pocket. I mean that's a pretty rare thing that I've not heard of personally. Why would I do that? Well, one, I'm financially stable. Um, you know, I'm doing pretty well in life, but I 100% believe in
That's a
what
decent
our
way of saying I'm rich.
what's that?
I said that's a
Yeah.
decent way to say I'm rich.
I truly believe in the movement that we're doing here, and I truly believe in where we are going with this project, and I fully support it. I mean, every exchange that we are listed on, from Gate down to our smallest exchange of Dcoin, and I believe we are listed on 11 exchanges. Two of those which came before we were even listed on CoinMarketCap, which is pretty bullish, and if you ask me personally. But I mean, I'm funding everything. Every major utility we're coming out with, I'm paying for it. That is the strength of my belief in this project. I know where I'm going with this thing, and I just hope that everybody has the opportunity to make profits on the journey.
I mean, for me, it is your resolve to exceed expectations that would make me want to invest. When I look to invest, I look for people that have a genuine connection with the project, and not just people. Obviously, if it was for hype and obviously for to make money off it, and probably the project will be dead by now because I mean it hit a very good all-time high, and it would have been enough reason for you to say, you know what, we can now hang our hats and our boots. But you are still here, about 2 months, 3 months down the line, and
Yeah,
still willing to push it. And so that's one thing everybody should be looking out for. The project is funded by you. So, and like you said, there's no money coming into any other wallet from the taxes and all of that. Everything is going back into liquidity. But yeah, I wanted to ask about the NFTs because obviously that's one thing that would further drive the hype. You said it's just 1,000, and you guys are coming up with a marketplace really soon. I wanted to find out what the utilities behind the NFTs will be. Um, do you have that already sorted out? And
Well, let,
probably you
let
give
me
us a price for how much they will sell and the chain
let
they will be on.
let me correct you real quick. So our first debuting NFT collection is a small collection of 1,000. That is leading into Mike Miller's collection. Mike Miller's collection is going to be 10,000. Um,
So,
so touching base on the first collection, the 1,000 NFTs, these will not be utility NFTs, and those will be priced at $25 a piece, low enough to where I feel like everybody can afford them. As far as the Mike Miller collection, which is obviously the big collection that I'm super excited about, I'm not going to get into utilities yet with those. Um, I think that there's a time and place to start talking about that, and this is not it. Um, so there's definitely a few things we're working on. So I won't be speaking on the utility of Mike Miller's NFTs at all. I will say I put some teasers out within the Telegram also from the official Twitter accounts, and also from my Shibtoshi Twitter account. So anybody can pop over to those accounts and see the teasers that I've put out. I'm extremely excited about him. I will say that we have. Give me 1 minute. I don't want to misspeak at all. Let me just find this quick message. Bear with me 1 minute.
No worries.
I
Take
will
your time.
say that Mike Miller's NFTs will have over 765 attributes. Um, so there is numerous variations that you and combinations that you will be able to mint, but 765 attributes is pretty substantial. Um, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. I'm also excited about it as well. Like you rightly mentioned, 1,000 going into SquidGrow. Uh, you know, sounds really awesome. I want to see how that pans out in the nearest future. Um, take me on the tour with your team. I know you've mentioned CFO. Who else is on board and with you pushing this? I know it can't just be you as it's you at the center, but obviously there's the team working behind it. You mentioned CFO, uh, who's handling other aspects of it, just so that I can be able to,
Well, I wanted to touch base on something you spoke on earlier when you were talking about our market cap, saying we got up
okay.
to 50 million market cap, and we decided not to hang our hats up and call it a day essentially. 50 million market cap is a micro cap. I mean, there's so much more growth that can be had from there. I mean, 50 million is a very small market cap when you're looking at the crypto space and the capabilities of the project, and in comparison to other projects that have done substantially more. I mean, look at what Shiba Inu has achieved. Um, their first utility didn't come out for about a year. That was their swap. And look at everything they achieved with zero utility. We have hit the ground running. We have utilities essentially from day one. If you want to call staking a utility, I call it an incentive, but um, we've hit the ground running with exchange listings and development of the utilities. So, I mean, 50 million is, I mean, 2,000 X's. I mean, yeah, that's cool, but there's so much more room to grow from there. So, I mean, obviously 2,000 X's in this market was impressive, but I mean, that's nothing to really be super excited over. There's, as I said, there's just so much more room to grow.
That's because you have plans, you have something in your hands. Obviously, you see a bright future and you are willing to get there. And for some people, they are willing to celebrate these for forever, and it's already a success for them. They don't mind if it goes to dust from here. They did their best. They brag with it and all of that. So, I just wanted to chip that in, seeing as it got to that point and you are still willing to push, obviously that should be enough reason for anyone who wants to comment now to comment. But yeah, could you answer the question about the team? It might be really important for some other people in the chat as well.
Yeah. So you were talking about our theme that we currently have going on with our website. Obviously, our token is a meme token, but it's a meme token with utility. Um, and we don't want to be limited to just the criteria of a meme token. So as I said, we are going to be a project with strong utility. But going back to coming up with the name, obviously the name is based around the TV show. So we are sticking with that kind of theme. And obviously we've made subtle changes to the website and our logos and our white paper, so that there is no issues in the future with any intellectual property rights with Netflix. So we have, or I have, hired an intellectual property attorney, gone over the website. He made suggestions, and we made the changes accordingly to steer clear from any chance of running into issues in the future. Obviously, we're running billboards all over the country, and we didn't want to have any issues down the road with that. But obviously, our project is based on the Squid Games TV series on Netflix. So that's the theme that we have. About a month ago, month and a half ago, I asked the community to do a vote on if they wanted to have us do a logo rebranding and a website rebranding. That actually was voted down. A large percentage of my community likes the logo and the layout of the website. So as it stands now, our theme is gonna stay what it is.
Great, great. At this point, I don't know. Maybe anybody wants to jump up, say something, um, before we, further open it up to other members of the community. I don't know. I see Vance already unmuted, but I don't know if any other teammates, team member from your end want to say a word or two.
Yeah, I'd
But if
love to
that's
pull my
thing,
CFO. I'd love to pull my CFO R Dub up and Dane up to speak as well and give proper introductions to everybody.
that would be really awesome. James is unmuted. Art is unmuted as well. Hey guys, you can go ahead, speak.
Hey, hey mate, how you going? Excuse me.
Going well.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Yeah, and thanks, Shib. You covered it really well. Yeah, so I'm Ardub. Obviously, Shib introduced me as the CFO of SquidGrow. Yeah, we met each other in a private wow room, and a long story short, after having some similar ideas in the crypto space, that's how we came together, and came on this journey of SquidGrow. Look, Shiba's really covered all the points really well in this AMA. I think the brief thing that I just wanted to say was you know around the NFT collection that we're doing, and without giving any details, I used to be part of that whole NFT scene, kind of on the OpenSea side myself. And it's given us a lot of ideas, I guess, of how we're actually going to deal with our project. But what I can say is that if I was still in that scene, which I'm not anymore, and I saw this project pop up, I would definitely be jumping in to try and get one, knowing what it's going to be offering. So in saying that, I'll keep it brief, but I think, as the details come out, you guys are going to be really excited and surprised. And although 10,000 may seem like a pretty big number, I think that the demand for these is, it's really going to be through the roof. And on top of that, we're going to market it as an NFT project. It will be part of SquidGrow, but it will also be like an NFT project on its own as well. So it will cater to a whole new market, separate to the just to the 8,000 or 10,000 Telegram members that we have in SquidGrow. Yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to jump in and say today. But thanks so much for having us here, and maybe Dane, if you want to jump up and say a few words.
Sure, man. Great work as always, Art. So I would just say that, personally, I'll introduce myself. A lot of you guys know me here already as the CMO from SquidGrow. Also run a marketing company called the Blockchain Brothers. This is my only project that I've taken an official position on. So I've been in the marketing game for a while, crypto for 7 years nearly. And over the past year and a half, I've been fortunate enough to be involved with several projects that actually became, very close to becoming a Shiba. And I don't need to name them, but there were some projects that went into the billions. And that's what I'm so excited about here at SquidGrow, is I see those same ingredients at its core continuing to grow and improve. And I find that those types of things, those ingredients, are necessary to get to those levels. There's so many people I could shout out. It's not just about me. I'm privileged enough to sort of be the face of it, but Shibtoshi continues to add to the marketing prowess by bringing in so many talented individuals to the team, day after day, week after week. And it just continues to grow and blow my mind, the people that we've had come on board, from our mod team to the people that hang out in the community and add, so much fun to that aspect of it, to our dev team who's working hard behind the scenes. There's so many elements to it. It's ridiculous. And I think each one of those elements is necessary to become something as big as Shiba. But that's the coolest thing is we've been able to create what I see is a mirror image of many of those working formulas in such a difficult time. And what I would say to people that are considering buying or not is, do you think that the Shibas and those projects like that could have actually done what they did if it wasn't 2021, the right time, the right place, end of 2020? Could they have made it? Could they have become as big as they are in the middle of 2022 bear market brutality of a market? Personally, I don't think they would have. I think that they didn't have the strength that we have so early on. It just happened to be that people sort of fell into their lap because of how crypto was taking off. So I think that we're managed to build something incredible already in such a brutal time. And as this market continues to evolve and eventually come back to what we know it will get to, SquidGrow is going to be positioned very uniquely, I think, to capitalize fully on that in the same way that you saw Shiba or Safe Moon or Floki or any of your big projects that you saw what they did. A lot of it was luck and being where you needed to be. And I think SquidGrow has all those ingredients to be one of those when the time comes. And right now, as Toshi said, this is a low entry. 16 million is nothing. 50 million is nothing compared to what we know the cryptos projects can get to that really go roaring ahead and go mainstream. And we all know we're backpacking off a little bit of the Squid Game hype, which was the most phenomenal TV show ever in the history of Netflix, which is insane what numbers it did. So, just imagine what will happen naturally when that sort of kicks back into gear again, and the main project in the block that sort of has an affiliation with that in an official way, gets exposure from there. I mean, that's just one thing in addition to the NFTs, to the exchange stuff that we've teased, and other future utilities as well as exchanges that will get listed on. The list is endless, and you have to have someone that people can rally behind, as well as somewhere where you can feel comfortable hanging out. And we definitely have both of those things with Shibtoshi and the community. So I'm honored to be a part of it and to help it grow in every way I know how, and to put all resources that I can into it. This is my main project, the one I'm most proud of. And I appreciate you giving me the chance to speak and join in an AMA, but I think that's all I got.
Thank you, Dan. Hey, I might just say quickly as well. You just kind of reminded me of something there, Dan. But yeah. Although with everything that we actually have kind of announced for this month, there are actually also a few surprises up our sleeves, which the details should also be coming out soon as well. So a few little things to look forward to.
Great, great. I'm in the community. I urge everyone to please join, and that's where you'll be able to keep up with updates and news and all of that. But yeah, I was just mentioning, and we've put the chat up in the lounge so everyone can easily access the SquidGrow chat, look at it, buy if you're convinced. I mean, there's no big deal in it. I mean, just ape what you can afford to lose. But I must really tell you, it's been looking really great from day one. So I don't think anybody has anything to fear. But Dane, I wanted to ask you a quick question. Sorry to bring you up again. Just as you spoke, I felt like we and everyone else here, me and everyone else here, can share from your wealth of experience when it comes to marketing. I just wanted to ask you for this phase and the project. I'm talking about SquidGrow now. What is the strategy? I know from the early days, it's always all the trendies, all the banner ads and all of that, with competitions and all of that. But now going forward, um, there has to be that push, and it comes from a different strategy for marketing. I don't know know if you have that. What can people look forward to when it comes to content marketing? I'm just trying to pick your brains here on marketing 101. What is the strategy going forward? That's what I'm asking. And for especially for people who are coming up with projects similar to this, and are trying to get away on how to reach out to people using a different strategy and approach, not the usual trendings and all of those that we are used to.
Well, let me interject real quick. When it comes to that, what other meme token projects do you know that are on the cover of a crypto magazine, and not just any crypto magazine, but one of the top crypto magazines in the world for 2 months in a row? I mean, that's the style of marketing and out of the box thinking that we are doing here at SquidGrow. So I just wanted to highlight that real quick.
Yeah, that's a testament to what I mentioned before with the talent that Chiptoshi continues to bring in. There's no I in this team. It is so vastly talented, from the YouTube influencers that we've had come on board, to people like Nathan that have a vast knowledge of marketing, that I don't have, that bring something else to the table. And it's incredible to see all these great minds coming together. I think that alone right there builds a sense of anticipation and makes it pretty much easier to hold a bag of squid grow, especially if you gain a good entry, which I believe pretty much anything around here is, than most other tokens. Because as you mentioned, most of the tokens typically go through a cycle that we've all seen many times, where they get the CG, the CMC, the trendings, the call outs, etc. And then after that first month of rushing around to clean all that stuff up, you're left with, okay, what now? And that's where most people unfortunately fail, because the next thing is often either really expensive and they can't afford it, or they just don't really know what that next thing is. And so when you're facing a long bear market like we are now, you can't just constantly market the way we did coming out of the gate 2 months ago, with all those basic things, because we've already done all those things to make ourselves not really rough around the edges for the most part. So from there, it becomes more serious, and right now, if you want to mention strategy, what we're doing is pretty obvious. In the background, Shibtoshi, the dev team, are building some pretty epic utilities, from the NFTs that we touched on to other things as well, that I think will market themselves once they become public knowledge. And some of it's already been teased, and that itself, creates a sense of urgency to get into the token. And you can see that in the past, week, really, where the chart just sort of took off a little bit on its own. And in truth, there wasn't really any marketing that we did, right? Nothing that we really spent on. So oftentimes, to market effectively, it's more about timing. You get something like a big utility to come out. At that point, you hit your PRs, you hit your AMA tour a bit harder, and you go a bit more of a rampage to sort of backpack off those things. And then other times, you're trying to defend his own. So a lot of people in the community will have seen that Shibtoshi has done buybacks over the past month to defend what we looked at as a crucial support around the 10 million barrier. And that has been really pivotal, and also could be considered a form of marketing when you realize that the dev is doing buybacks, and to defend the chart, because we know how important it is. So there's many aspects of it, but it really does change day in and day out. There's no easy answer on an effective marketing strategy. You kind of have to roll with what the market gives you. And I think pairing your marketing plays together with strong utility innovations is going to be our next strategy that you see get rolled out. So yeah, in short, what people can look forward to is when these utilities release, there's going to be an onslaught of marketing to back it up, so that it's not just people in our community that are seeing it. It's new buyers from all over the crypto world that are going to be exposed to it as well.
There you have it, guys. Utilities and also spontaneity when it comes to marketing is what will really drive your project. You have to stay spontaneous. You have to also, try to build. And obviously, when you have the right utilities, the project is going to market itself. You don't need to pay so much for marketing when you have the right content. And also try to get on the front page of an A-list magazine as well. That might really help you. But yeah, I don't want it to sound like we're just going the back and having a back and forth. I'll open up to the community for questions. I mean, if you guys don't mind, obviously, we can take one or two. I don't know what time you guys have. It's almost 12 midnight here for me. A really really stressful day. But yeah, community, if you have any questions, please raise your hand. I hope you don't mind, Shiptoshi. Take one or two questions. If they got any clarifications that they need to make, anything they want to ask. Uh, can we take some, Shiptoshi? All right. Please put your hands up, guys, if you have questions. I'll take one or two. We can get some answers to them, hopefully. I see Sam. Uh, Let me just get Sam unmuted. Hey, Sam, how you doing?
Hey, good man. Hey guys. Well, I'm one of the mods for SquidGrow, and this is the first time ever that I'm speaking for SquidGrow publicly. And I just
Oh,
want to take a
nice.
few seconds and say thank you to everyone, to the entire community, because the SquidGrow army is fucking strong and it keeps smashing. It's been smashing since day one, and I see it. We've been trending every fucking where, and the community keeps smashing it. So, the crypto space, we are coming for the top 10 spot. And to the community, thank you once again, and let's fucking get it.
Damn, Sam. In all the while I've known you, I've never heard your voice.
Oh, man, I thought it's time. It's finally time.
Nice to meet you.
That's so awesome. I mean, it's always very, very good to see strong support, especially coming from somebody that you've been closely worked with, that has been in the community. I feel this is one of the highlights of the night for me. You having to hear Sam's voice for the first time. Let's get Ion Mike Tyson. Welcome. You can go ahead and ask your question if you have any. Thanks, Sam, for jumping up. Ion Mike Tyson, you're next.
Yeah, no questions. I just want to say I appreciate everyone here. This is one of the dopest projects that I fell into. It was recommended by one of my friends, and I was watching it for a while, and I've been coming in here for a while, and it's nothing but love, man. So it's a lot of success coming. So shout out to everybody here, Shiptoshi, uh, several others, man. Keep rocking. Let's get it.
Hey, thank you for stopping by. Do you recall how your buddy found out about the project?
I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. I've been talking to this guy for a while. I've been on Telegram for a few years and crypto for about 10 years as well. And uh, this is one of the projects that I do not invest into a lot of projects, but this one I invested into, and I'm very happy. And I know this project has a really really bright future ahead of it. Got a nice development team. And I know you guys know what you're doing. I'm not even second guessing it, so I can go to sleep on you guys and wake up and still be happy.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. That's exactly what we're going for here. Thank you for taking the chance with us. I'm not going to let you down. I'm going to do everything within my power and my finances to get us to where we need to go. You can trust and believe on that.
Yeah, no, most definitely. The community's strong. I've seen a lot of projects, and this one's just gonna keep flying, man. I don't ride no coattails. If it wasn't something that, or I had a discrepancy with the project, I would say it. But this project's hot. Let's fucking go.
I
Amen,
appreciate
man.
you. I appreciate you, Ayo Mike Tyson. Not a lot of times do you see people coming up to show support on PCs like this. It goes to show that you guys are keeping a really, really strong community support. You guys have something going on for you that is right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ayo Mike Tyson. But let's see if we can get maybe a question. I see Harmony arrives. Go ahead and
Hello,
ask.
can you hear me, guys? Good evening.
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing? Go ahead.
Fine, thank you. Fine, thank you. Wow, Sheep Grow. I think this is the first time I'm joining your AMA because I only noticed when it went rise. Then, it was the market cap is very high. I was like, I can join again. Anyways, my question is about your staking. Can you please tell me about the APY and how flexible it is? Can you tell me the flexibility?
What do you mean by flexibility?
Okay, okay. Like if I stake your project, I stake Squid, will it be possible to unstake anytime I want, or will it be for a while, maybe for a month, 2 months before I can do that?
Okay, yeah, I understand what your question is now. Yeah, I touched base on this a little earlier. So there is no locking period on our staking contracts. So all you do is stake your tokens and unstake is you pay a gas fee. You're welcome to harvest your gains every day, every minute, however you want to do it. But there is no locking period on our staking pools. As I did mention earlier, though, if you are staking LP, you have to use Pancake Swap to generate that LP cake token, and it does recognize that as a sell on Pancake, so you are taxed 12% when you are creating LP. But if you are just using Squid token, our native token, to stake, there is no tax, there is no penalties. You just pay an in and out gas fee.
All right. Thank you very much. A great project indeed. Seeing it at 16 million market cap, I'm blown. Wow, nice one, guys.
Thank you so much, Harmony. You better grab a bag now so you don't get a complaint when you see it at a billion market cap. But yeah, let's get Papa Stonks. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Papa Stonks, you can go ahead and ask if you got a question.
Yeah, you did better than Satoshi does pronouncing that. Good job. Um, so I just want to say, I've loved being a part of this community since day one. I talk to Satoshi quite often, and he's always constantly working. Um, and in another AMA, he stated, he asked himself the question, how are you going to sustain during a bear market? And it was a great answer. He's whatever he has to do. Now, with this B&B exploit, some people, were kind of questioning, what happens, if B&B just kind of rugs. What do we have any plans in place for that?
Oof. So if CZ rugged BSC, huh?
Yeah, you know,
Obviously,
well, if
uh,
somebody did it for him, you know.
well, obviously, if the token that we're paired to rugged, um, we'd have to start over probably completely on the Ethereum chain, and everybody would be compensated with their same bag, and we'd have to rebuild the chart, but it wouldn't kill the project. We'd just start over on another chain.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
actually a good question because I'm sure a lot of people were wondering that yesterday, and
right.
I actually had the thought cross my mind as well. I was like, man, that would suck. But yeah,
Well, I
it's you
basically
can hit.
gave them that same answer. I just wanted them to hear it from you.
Yeah, I mean it. I still got my utilities and my ambitions for this project. So if something like that, happened, obviously, we'd just start over on another chain and do massive airdrops to all 13,000 of our holders.
All right,
Yeah,
perfect,
it's
perfect.
doable, man. I've seen those airdrops of that caliber happen. Throw 25, 30 BNB in there, and you can make it happen. It's
Oh
definitely
yeah,
something.
I've seen it happen too. Projects get big and they go to a V2, but that's not happening here. So it's just
No,
good for
I've
people to
got
hear it.
zero plans for a V2. Obviously, there would be the exception if something like that happened and BNB tanked and rugged, then obviously we would be forced to do a V2. But as it stands, I've got no desire or plans to to do a relaunch. I can't stand those personally.
Right. Yeah, I don't like it either. But yeah, I just wanted people to hear it from your mouth because they were kind of questioning last night after that exploit happened with BNB, and the whole reason why we're waiting to release the bridge is letting the dust settle from the the merge.
Agreed. And also on that note, we have to go through the bridge coding with a fine cone and double and triple and quadruple check it for security. So obviously, during this time that, while we are waiting for the dust to settle, we are criticizing our code and making sure that it is absolutely secure.
Perfect.
So I'm quite surprised. I've not gotten any particular questions about a particular utility that was mentioned in a magazine, but maybe maybe somebody will to start talking about it, start asking questions.
Um, well, so we've had some releases on news of future utilities, but the exchange and everything else. But what about SquidGrow blockchain?
No comment.
And personally, I just want to know, if you were to have your own blockchain, which would you prefer, proof of stake or proof of work?
Um, I'm conflicted, obviously, on that. I mean, I guess it would be determined by what my devs are more comfortable with. Is what it would come down to.
So
You know,
would you be worried about the security, the proof of stake being securities issue with the SEC or?
I mean, if you get flagged as a security man, you're gonna have all kinds of issues.
Right.
So I mean, I would definitely say that I would try to stay way clear of anything dabbling in that territory.
Okay. Proof of work it
But
is.
but let me address this real quick. So the blockchain thing that came about, I'll tell you, as I told you, Papa, somebody lost their job over that. So when we were launching, what we called our DAO at the time, but more it was more so intended to be, suggestions. That's the platform that we utilized to ask about the logo rebranding. There was a nice long message typed up and published on there without me proofing it, essentially leaking certain things. And unfortunately, I was not given the credentials to take it down, so it was just made public. So that was information that wasn't intended to be public, but yeah, that's how that came about. Obviously, when you're talking about a blockchain, obviously you want to be at a desirable market cap before you do something of that nature. So I will say, that's something we would like to do in the future.
Awesome.
But that
Awesome. I
information was
can't
not
wait.
supposed to be made public.
Oh, I know. And not too many people caught it when it was up there, which was
Yeah,
really amazed me because it was
yeah,
there for days.
yeah. I fired somebody over that one.
Um, so yeah, that's kind of why I've been saying, SquidGrow doesn't give me Shiba Inu vibes. SquidGrow gives me BNB and Ethereum vibes. This is
Yeah,
a lot bigger than just a meme.
I agree with you on that. I mean, we're not trying to be limited to the meme token. Obviously we are, you know, uh, labeled as a meme token, but we are going to be a meme token with substantial utilities. I mean, we are making moves, and I'm just starting to get pumped up right now, but I've not even started flexing yet.
Papa, I appreciate you coming up. You've thrown more light and given room for lots of clarifications about that. I must really commend you. Thank you so much for coming up. I guess Squishy the Squid, I'm guessing also is a community member from there. Maybe he has one or two clarifications to make. Probably show some support as well. Squishy the Squid, you can go ahead and ask.
So, firstly, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak. Good evening, Dane, Popper, and Shitobi. Is she Shitobi? I can't get my words out tonight. 2 points. Firstly, incredibly well done, because I've worked on a couple of core teams, and this project is absolutely unique and exceptional. You know, we have a founder here who will indemnify every single investor's risk that something might happen with the BNB chain. Well, that in itself is absolutely remarkable. And knowing how you've also indemnified other people's risks, such as the lottery, which you outsourced. Again, how many projects would you see actually cover other, your investors' risks against errors which really are not within your control? So, firstly, huge well done. The second, and this is a question which hopefully you'll be able to give us a bit more information on. I'm getting the shivers about SGX. So I was hoping you could tell us a bit more about what the SGX exchange might look like. So are we talking a DEX? Are we talking centralized exchange? Is this just going to be for your NFTs? Can you give us a few teasers on what SGX shivers might bring to us all?
I will allow my CFO to touch base on this. The actual details of the exchange we were planning on releasing later, but whatever my CFO would like to divulge, he's free to do so.
Thanks, Shib. Look, yeah, we're not going to go into like crazy details at the moment. We would like to get everything finalized, and what I can say is we are getting, extremely closer and closer to actually being able to tell you all of the details of the exchange, and getting closer to actually going live as well. What I can say is that. And I guess you guys can probably gather that from the teaser that was dropped as well, that, it's going to be a certain type of decentralized exchange that there are only really a few of that exist in the space. And this is something that, we're really proud of, and it's quite it's just something that hasn't been done. So it's a market that is not yet really capitalized on. And I think it will really put SquidGrow into the limelight in front of a far larger audience. What I can say at the moment is that the actual development is pretty much completed, but we do have final things to do. We're going to have a number of audits done on the exchange to make sure that everything is as safe as possible, and on top of that, what I can say is that very soon we will be organizing either a Twitter space or a VC in the main Telegram. And obviously there will be marketing coming along with that as well. But yeah, we will do one of those two things to give all of the details on exactly, what you would call this exchange, how it's used, and the finer details that come with that as well.
Would like to add on that, obviously, as my CFO RW has said, there are, some fine tuning to go over and make the final decisions on. But I will say that the exchange is done, and it is currently in its first audit right now. So as my CFO had mentioned, we plan on doing several audits. Obviously, security is key. It's currently in its first audit right now as we speak.
How many lines of code again, Toshi?
200,000 lines of code.
So it's sounding like that this exchange is going to be unique, and maybe something that we haven't quite seen the likes of in the crypto space so far, a little bit like the team.
Yeah, I guess There are, these things are out there, but I would say that the majority of you guys probably have not been exposed to something like this. I'm sure that some of you definitely have and have used these exchanges, but it's an exciting development and something that I think will start to pop up a lot, more frequently as well. So it's exciting that SquidGrow is getting in on the ground. Sorry, Dane.
Oh, you're good, bro. That's exactly what I was going to say. What you summarized there, without divulging too much information. The thing is, it is a very specific type of exchange that will warrant a ton of questions. So if we give too much info on the type of exchange it is, it's going to open up a whole basket of worms of probably hundreds of questions that people have. So rather than divulge the full information of the exchange now, we're going to do that as soon as it's nearly done the audit. And once that happens, we'll, like Satoshi said, we'll have a big sit down where we just go over the exchange for hours on end, answer all the questions, and have all that stuff organized in the FAQ for you all.
Hey guys, I just want to clarify real quick. The 200,000 lines of code is actually another utility. The exchange is 10,000 lines of code. I just wanted to clarify. I just checked my note.
Well, look, guys. Thank you very much for all of those details, and I think you've certainly given me the SGX shivers.
Man, it's gonna be substantial for Squid. I mean, it's gonna do amazing things for our project and our chart. So I'm super excited for it.
It sounds like you're bringing something which isn't mainstream, maybe more into the mainstream.
We're definitely we're not the first, but we're very early adopters. Excuse me.
I can tell you as well. It's not just another swap, not at all. You see that a lot. This is far beyond that, and I think, in my opinion, from the marketing standpoint, SquidGrow has flown under the radar still, and I think this is going to help put us on the map to a lot more people that otherwise might not be interested in meme coins because of this utility alone.
Dane, thank you very much indeed. Let's fucking go.
Fucking go.
Thank you so much for jumping up and sharing the stage with us. I've got Stavros. Stavros, you can jump up and ask your question. I like that it's also a time for you to make these clarifications for your community members that are also here. Stavros, if you want to speak, you can just unmute yourself and go ahead. Where is Stavros? Stavros, are you there? Okay, well, I will try to get Stavros. I'll get not Steve Jobs also. Not Steve Jobs. If you're not Steve Jobs, are you Max Zuckerberg? But yeah, go ahead and ask your question. Not Steve Jobs. A lot of people are growing shy these days. I've got Sean. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
I ain't freaking shy. Satoshi, something cat out of the bag there. You said 10,000 lines of code for the exchange. What in the world are you doing that's 200,000 lines of code?
Comment. I guess I should check my notes before I publicly spoke, but I didn't want to leave false information out there, so I had to clarify.
Well, I liked it.
Oopsie.
Who else have we got? I don't see any hands up. It's almost weekend for me. Shibtoshi, I really have to thank you and thank the team. You're a huge, Lux, the owner of the group, is a huge fan. He likes what you're doing. He's been speaking about you for over 2 months now. He's been saying we need to get you on here. I'm really, really glad that you could make out time to come out um, and share, the project with us firsthand, be a part of our community. It really, really means so much to us. If you have anything else to say, probably before I set you on your way, I don't want to keep you for too long on the team. Let's get some other people some other time to go rest. But we're glad that you're a family. You are here with us. But if you have any final thing to say before we close it, now would be the best time for you to do so.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here and happy to be able to speak to the community and your community as well. My CFO and I and Dane have been extremely busy lately and kind of just all over the place. So we have not been able to, jump in on VCs as often as we would like to, but hopefully in the, very near future, we'll be able to jump back up on that. But, rest assured, there's not a day that goes by that we aren't working the project.
That is what it's about. Dane, you want to say something? Aridub, you want to say something before we, close it?
No, I think we've covered a lot in this AMA, and I just look forward to the next month is really exciting. We've got lots of things that we're really stoked to be able to share with the community, and I can't wait to actually be able to have those sit downs and those VCs and divulge all these details because yeah, it's hard keeping secrets and it's exciting letting go of them. So I look forward to it and thank you so much for having us.
Nice. Thank you so much for coming out. Dane?
Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. Our mirror art of sentiment there. Can't wait to share more and appreciate your time, man.
Thank you so much, guys. Let me just quickly stop the recording.